Let's play some trumpets. It's time. But first, make sure that you've watched the videos leading up to this one. You'll need to know how to hold the trumpet. Hopefully you've watched a little talk about air, and you've watched the discussion on embouchure. We want to make sure we're doing all those things properly, so we're going to get started off to a great start. If you haven't checked those out, you might go back and do that really quick. If you feel pretty solid about those things, I think you're ready to get started. All right, what we'll do is I'll play a note, and then I'm going to give you a chance to play a note. So the first note we're going to do is going to be a G in the staff, which is a nice note to start with. I'm simply going to play it, and then when I'm done, you get your turn. So just try to mimic what I'm doing. This is a G, so we don't use any vowels on this one. All right, now your turn. I'll go again. Your turn. Good. Now let's make sure we're blowing nice and easy, and we're thinking of a nice, beautiful trumpet sound. Let's try one more G. Go ahead. Good. And feel free to go back and do this again if you would like. You can rewind the video. But now we're going to try a second note. We're going to go for a C in the staff. No vowels again. Make sure you hear the pitch when you go to play it. Hear it in your mind. Go ahead. Try to match my sound if you can. Good. All right, now we're going to learn a third note. We're going to do low C. I'll play, then you play. One last time. Good. And it's completely okay if you have trouble hitting one of those. That's very normal. If you do, maybe talk to your band director about it, or ask one of your friends in school. Maybe they can give you some good tips on it. Or please send me a note, and I'd be happy to try to help you figure out what's going on. If you'll go through these notes a couple times, I think you'll start to figure them out pretty well on your own. Just make sure you're blowing nice and easy, and you don't feel like you're forcing. And your body will figure it out just fine. Good luck with it. We've talked about some pretty famous trumpet players, but now we're going to talk about maybe the most famous trumpet player in history, and that was Louis Armstrong, also known as Satchmo. He was a jazz musician, but also very well known as a singer, and as a trumpet player, he kind of helped spread the popularity of improvisation and solo playing in the early development of jazz. He was from New Orleans and an incredibly popular figure all throughout our culture in the United States, not just thought of as simply a trumpet player or a musician, but an entertainer and a celebrity. So here's a couple recordings, links below as usual, and I hope you enjoy them. And I think you're going to hear some really interesting things, some very individual characteristics in his sound that are very unique and unlike anyone else that we're probably going to be looking at in these videos. So I hope you enjoy.